This is the fire that I posted a picture of. That is insane. This is out by Chandler Power Plant. Goes all that way. I hope those people are okay. That's the bad one.
Caitlin, I don't know for sure. Oh, I see a new line of fire though. Just popped up. I wish I was over there closer so I could tell you. But I know that there's also
All
a
right,
lot
we can
of,
see my
road
old
closures
house in the
as well
center
going
there
on
with
in
the
this
tin
area.
roof.
So I don't want to lose a
And we
vantage
have the
point
irrigation
and then not
pump
be able
house
to
on the right side.
show you what I'm looking at.
This is my neighbor Frank's
If you guys can see that.
property getting
The
eaten.
smoke is thick again, but I did just see a line of fire. Let me see here. Let me get situated again.
We're going to see some flames here. That is my neighbor Frank's house.
I'm going to zoom in a little bit.
In a moment, we're going to see my old house in flames as well.
There, we got some active fire. Give me 1 second. Now that I'm using my car window to prop. There we go. Definitely have active fire down here. So that way it's not as and no, I hear the planes again.
Yeah, I got the trailers next to the river.
Definitely have more active fire. Second, I'll zoom in there.
Here's Frank's house
I wish I could get
continuing to
closer.
burn.
Right here in this area here. And I'm sure that there's more active fire along back behind this ridge as well. That's why we're seeing all that black smoke. Trying to sorry guys, sorry. Let me get you to the right spot here. I'm trying to see if that's flames or if it's a fire engine.
No, ma'am. There were no fire engines in front of that fire. That is Frank's house.
And Carl says the plane that is circling is incident command, so it's given a lay of the resources that are needed. Let me zoom out here for a second. You can see, and it's very thick smoke. I also hear another plane, so... Oh, and look, we got...
This is going to be my house burning during this next couple minutes. You can see that sagebrush. It had 20 feet high flames. That's about the time I left. It was time to go.
Alright, I gotta switch hands. Guys, sorry. Mostly too because I gotta get some video with my other phone. Sorry. Okay, there we go. I wish that Facebook let me zoom in just a little bit more, you guys. Sorry. Because on my other phone I can zoom in since I'm not on Facebook. You can see that wall of flames pretty strongly on my other phone. Oh, thank you, Heather. 1 hour 32. About an hour and a half. Yes, I'm on the Gibbon Road exit. And Carl says the first retardant plane is almost here. It's good because we definitely have active fire going on here. And when I zoom in, I can definitely see structures. I don't see any that are necessarily on fire, but I see active fire in an area where I do see other structures too.
You're looking at my house and Frank's house.
Get protection around them.
My house and Frank's house going up in flames.
Yakima Live joined us. Is this Jake from Yakima Live? I don't think that it's heading towards Benton City or into Prosser. I think that it's moving in the middle of the two cities. I don't think that it's like going along or going towards Prosser necessarily. We do have an active fire line over here as well. Let's move this way. I just don't like the looks of that. That is some heavy black smoke. If you guys have been following this, even from the beginning, or maybe even a short time now, this is definitely not what you want to see. The color of the smoke. You definitely...
Now we can see
just
my...
really hope that everyone was able to get out and is safe.
My newer house was in the frame in the distance. the further house that was visible.
Oh, here, you guys. We might not get to see it because it's dropping back behind that cloud, but we actually have some active fire right here. I think that the helicopters, honestly, Janice, are back behind this wall where we can't see them. Give me 1 second.
Fires. This is probably the best footage of my old house burning down.
Sorry, I gotta zoom you guys out a little bit.
My current house is on the left side, behind all that black smoke, so it's not visible. I was watching this as it was happening, and as you could imagine, I was absolutely expecting the worst.
So, this fire right here, you guys, I looked at it with my other phone and I zoomed in. I definitely know that is a structure. I know that for sure when I look at it through. Thank you, Charlotte. When I look at it through my other phone.
That's a structure, all right. That's my old house.
That's what that fire is at right now. So I'm just really sorry to see that. Carl says that they're sending in a much bigger plane. And you guys, look at all this black smoke. You definitely do not want to see this. And just a moment ago, like we had that one spot where we know that structure is burning. Now that whole area is just up. Across is the 777, a Boeing, coming in to help. I just really hope they get it stopped. Because before we were just seeing gray and a little bit of black, and now you guys obviously can see what I'm seeing.
All right. This is the beginning of my property here. I had a trailer here. It just had some storage from many years ago when my dad Cleaned out my grandma's house. That trailer's destroyed. These trees are looking pretty sad. Here's my Eclipse. This is the well house. Was the well house for the old house. There's my other Eclipse, or Talon, I guess. Eagle Talon. There's a parts car. Now my old house, I grew up visiting that house. My dad brought this property. And then I raised my children for the first 8 years in this house. Here's this 1960s Ford Falcon van. It's completely annihilated. Alright, here's my old house. I have yet to go through and see if anything survived. This house was full of storage from my parents when I moved stuff out of their house. Got my grandma's. I had 2 old sewing machines. There's the remnants of one, a white. My welders. My Craftsman Professional 80-gallon air compressor. I had everything locked up in this house. This was the outer shed. It has a concrete floor. My 5th wheel hitch might still be alright, considering. My brand new turkey fryer, never out of the box. There's no box anymore. Let's see, the heart of this house, this beautiful iron wood stove. I don't know if you could see it. That should still be in good shape. That thing is huge and it is a beauty. Here's my chimney, just sitting on top. Now this half of the property, I hadn't had the irrigation set up. I had some sprinklers here in the yard. We can see there's a little green. Oh, there's a rabbit. This is like a wildlife preserve, is how I look at it. And I'm happy to think that a lot of the animals had refuge. Looks like the Chandler Canal is leaking pretty good. That's nothing new. Over here I had like an Airstream. I think it was a Spartan. Travel trailer. It also had storage from my parents' house. My baby clothes from 1980 something, along with whatever else. I also had a nice aluminum camper. Got my cornrows. That heat really didn't make them happy either. Alright, I got my Ford trucks. This one here, I don't know how it didn't even burn up the tires. I brought my daughter home in this truck in 2008. Here's the one next to it, just like it. You can see the windows melted, folded over. My bolt nose Fords. This is the house we built. We had to get a bigger house. The family was expanding. So we built this house in walking distance from the old one, as you could see. My Yamaha Timberwolf. That was a nice four-wheeler, but not anymore. Now here's my Lincolns. These were all in pretty good shape. I just needed to do a little of this, a little of that. Just melted the glass. These cars must have been so hot. It killed my grass for, I don't know, 40 feet away. Luckily I had the ground pretty green around this house. Now the well house caught on fire. I got my son this Craftsman C3 car because it used the same batteries as my tools, and I made the mistake. I left the box on the side of the well house here, and I believe that is what let the fire make it over here. And it caught on fire, as you can see. Both of my steel chainsaws, all my power tools. I don't know which fire trucks cut my fence and ran over my sprinklers and knocked over this well house, but I sure am thankful. Oh, it burned the top half, a lot of the stuff on the bottom, including the pressure tank, and the well lines are still in good shape. That's just amazing. I had my tractor over here in the grass. I had the kayaks in the grass. Now on this side, they must have saved this truck because it's the only reason it's still here. This is a good truck. I love this truck. It's a diesel. It's the only one I got now. Got my old 8-inch Ford tractor. They definitely saved this from getting caught up. Even though the sagebrush got lit up right there, they definitely were on the ball and saved this old tractor. I probably need to sell it. Runs great, needs tires. So the fire made its way through this side of the house. You can see the back door, the green grass. Had an apple bin here with my gardening supplies. It burned up, but they stopped it right in this area before it got here. I'm so thankful they were up here in the yard. Because it was coming. The well house was going. It wasn't looking good if they weren't there. I got a lot of planting to do. My little cherry orchard has enough green around it. They definitely cut this fence here so they can get in there. They definitely stopped it. It was trying to get up in there. Got my garden all ready to receive my plants here. Luckily, I still have that. Man, thank you, fire departments. You got it done. I lost my old house and some of my most treasured things, but what I could have lost doesn't compare. Alright, I might as well walk the opposite side of the property. I'm on the north side now. That's Frank's house. Was Frank's house. I'm up here near the canal. There's a view of my ash pile with the metal roof on it. This is my neighbor to the north, on the other side of the canal. The fire went all the way through the other side. Oh, let's see if I can get up here. There's my house. Here's a neighbor to the north again. Luckily, their house was saved as well. You could see they lost quite a bit of items. Alright, we're going to finish up with this perspective. I own everything on the right side of the road. And between my road and district line, there's this land of sagebrush. You can see it's burned up. Now, I went down to the O.I.E. to look at the fire right there. And the sheriff stopped me and he says, I was on foot. He said, we're evacuating the area. And my mother-in-law had just brought my son home. And so I went back to the house and I asked her if she could take all the kids back with her. And then I stayed at the house a while longer. And right here, I saw the flames in this sagebrush about 20 feet high. I couldn't see the house from where I was, the old house. But I assume the old house was probably on fire at that point as well. And so everything turned black and the ash was falling on my head. And I decided it was time to go. And I put all my hopes and prayers in that green grass around my house. My current house. And I really wish I hadn't had that cardboard box next to the well house. That probably would have spread from the well house to the main house if it had been able, if it had the chance. Once again, for those firefighters who ran up in my yard and took care of business. Oh, thank you. I know we're just probably a couple poor people that don't own anything. Me and Frank, we both lost our 100-year-old houses. I imagine a lot of people are probably thinking no one cares about them. The neighbors down by the river on the south side of O.I.E, they got burned up pretty good. You could see where it jumped the river in the distance, going towards Gibbon Road. That's the Gibbon Road ramp on the freeway way over there. Man, it just came right through. Surrounded me. Took what it could and then some. It's a miracle that I'm able to have water to the house, considering the damage to the well house. Thank the Lord. When it all happened, the power went out and I went out to look and I seen the fire. I was banging on Frank's door. I didn't know he was in the hospital with heart surgery. Irrigation. Power was off to the irrigation. There was no remedy. Here's my yard. We're out here in the desert. You got to keep it green. That heat just killed my grass. That was all green grass. Well, I guess that's the end of my story. I'll quit complaining. Thankful to have a home with water. Have a good day. There's a bunny over there. It's what I was talking about earlier. I hope that all the wildlife was able to seek sanctuary over here, which is usually my goal anyway. I liked all the wildlife here, but man, I can't imagine what they went through.